When I'm using shell voicings, I'll start with the bass note and the melody note. Let's say the root is C, and the melody note, let's say we have the ninth. And then I'll place the third and seventh inside the chord. And there's various positions we can go with. We could do third and seventh like this, or we could do seventh and third like this, or we could even do third and seventh up here. Now, what it usually comes down to is just visually, I want to see an even distribution of the notes. I don't want to see anything unusual like this, or this feels very top heavy, and this would feel very bottom heavy. No, I want to distribute the notes as evenly as possible, and in this case, this would be my preference. So root, seventh, third, ninth. Now, if it's not possible to do it exactly halfway, then I would prefer the voices to be higher in the chord, like this, rather than lower down. So in this case, I'd probably go with this. And of course, sometimes the melody will be playing the third or the seventh, and in those cases it's simple. You just work downwards and add the seventh in this case, or if it's playing the seventh, you just work downwards and add the third below. So let's take this method and apply it to Misty. First chord is E flat major 7, and the melody note is D. Which scale degree is D? Well, it is the major 7th of E flat. So how am I going to voice E flat major 7? Well, I want to use a shell voicing, so I can just play the D, and below it I'll add the third. And that's my shell voicing. Next chord is B flat minor 7th, the melody note is the minor 3rd. How am I going to voice this as a shell voicing? Well, I've already got the 3rd in the melody, so I just need to add the chord's 7th below it. It's going to be A flat. Next chord is E flat dominant 7, and the melody note is C. So here, I've started with the bass note, I've also got the melody note in place. Now I just need to add the chords 3rd and 7th. So this is an E flat dominant 7 chord, so it has a major 3rd and a minor 7th. I could do here, or I could do here. This is too bottom heavy of the chord. I've got this huge leap from the voicing up to the melody note. Now I'd rather it be a bit more top heavy, so I'm going to go with this. We have an A flat major 7 chord, melody note is C, that's the chord's major 3rd. So how am I going to voice this? Well, I just need to add the chord's 7th below it, and that's the major 7th. So it's going to look like this. So far, shell voicing, nice. Next chord is A flat minor 7, and the melody note is B flat. Which scale degree is B flat? It's the 9th. So now we just need to add in the 3rd and the 7th of this chord. It's a minor 7 chord, so that's going to be C flat and G flat. So where am I going to put those two notes? I could do this, or I could do this. I like the second one because the first one was a bit bottom heavy. I don't like to see a huge leap between the voicing and the melody note, so I'd rather play it like this. Then we have a D flat dominant 7, melody note is B flat. So the melody note is not the chord's 3rd or 7th, so we've got the bottom note and top note in place. Now we just need to add the 3rd and 7th in between. Do it like this, but that's a bit too bottom heavy, so we could also do it like this. I would rather play this. I'd rather it be on the upper side. And we're almost finished here. E flat major 7 is the chord, melody note is G. How am I going to voice this? Well, I've already got the major 3rd as my melody note, so I just add the major 7th below it. So that's my shell voicing. C minor 7, melody note is the minor third. Again, just add the minor 7th below it. F minor 7, melody note is the minor third. Again, just keep repeating the pattern. Add the minor 7th below it. And to end, we have a B flat dominant 7, and I can play the melody note is a D. I can voice this as a shell voicing, major third, 7th below it. And a quick arrangement tip when you're holding a chord for a while. I often like to play the root for 2 beats and then the chord's 5th for 2 beats. And this just adds some movement into your arrangement. It stops you from just holding down a chord for 4 beats and waiting for the next chord. So if I started playing that technique with these shell voicings, here's how Misty would sound. Now, if you want to learn more jazz piano chord voicings, I've actually written a free ebook for you. It's called the Chord Voicing Guide. You can download it for free at the link below.